Aquarius, welcome to your reading for the month of August. So I am going to be doing this a little bit differently than I have in the past. I started a Patreon page, and so basically, this is a general reading, so I ask you to take what resonates and leave the rest. However, if it does resonate, I do suggest that you check out that Patreon page, and I'll put the link in the description below. As far as this reading goes, we're gonna do basic, normal what I do as far as a look or let you know the vision I had during my meditation time for you. And then in energy check, look into the past, present, future, and then a look at your current block. And then in the Patreon reading, I'll go ahead and do a general action plan based off of this reading. A love, past, present, future, a look at your past person, and then new person you're looking at that's coming in, or even just that kind of that energy that's coming in right now if you're not actually looking at anybody specific. And then from there, a love action plan. Again, if you're not looking at anybody specific, you're not trying to have any of that, it can also be, what you need to do to work on yourself in order to attract higher vibrational loving energy. So if it's not from one specific person, it could just be in general, just a better energy and higher vibrational loving energy. So what you need to work on in yourself. So I'll go ahead and put the decks in the description below as usual. And then I'll also I'll put the link down below, because this is a Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Mars, or Venus reading. But if you have Aquarius in your Sun, Moon, or Rising, that'll be perfect as well. And sometimes those are like the main ones you need to look at, those placements. So I'll put a link in the description below where it's for the website, free website where you can check out your birth chart, and that way you can see what other signs you have in different planetary positions, and check out any other of my readings that might pertain to you because of that. And let's see, so I feel like I'm missing something. Am I? Don't believe I'm missing anything. Okay, so let's get started. For you guys, what I got was, it was like you just got in a fire, and you were like coming out of it, and trying to put out areas that were burning on you, or trying to bounce out of it, basically trying to almost stop, drop, and roll. But I think it was bouncing out of it, literally almost like you were trying to hit it to get it to go, not hit, but as if jumping would do that. I don't think jumping would, though. Jumping would actually probably increase it because it would be wind and everything. But either way, you're trying to get out of it. So with that said, let's check out your energies right now. Spirit, God, universe, what message do you have for Aquarius as far as energies? What energies are they dealing with? God, what energies? As far as what's their energy look like for the month of August? What's their energy look like? And I feel like saying, this is for the readings for August, but my intention is that you see this when you are most likely to receive it. So that might be a month later, that might be 2 months later, whatever it is. But my intention is that you see it when it is the most beneficial for you, even though this is August's reading. Spirit, God, universe, what message? What is the energies? Aquarius, what's Aquarius coming in with or dealing with? Oh my gosh. Picking up more than you can handle? Let's see. Earth pulsing, that's funny. It's remember the jumping, trying to get the fire out? Pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Again, picking up more than you can handle. You guys might be dealing with that. You guys might be like putting a lot on yourselves and then kind of like going into this place. I feel like saying like a headspace of like all mental energy and not really connecting to nature or like re-grounding yourself, and you're just kind of maybe up in your heads a little bit. I feel pulling this one, Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. So yeah, it's like you might be like, okay, I need to do this. I feel like saying like, yeah, like I need to do this, I need to get this done, I need to do this, with this energy and this like almost limiting belief that like, I feel like the more you stack on, the like closer you are to your goal or something like that. It's almost like when I was holding the cards, like I didn't have my fingers positioned to be able to pick up the stack that I got. But I, you know, in habit, I did it anyways. And then like it started falling. So it's like, you might not be in the right position for as much as you're trying to carry. And, you know, saying slow down, time in nature, you know, take time in nature, reground yourself, figure out your position, you know, readjust things. But this is also saying the intelligence of the universe lies within you. And I feel like part of that is that like, you don't need to be striving outside yourself to like, it's almost like the idea of like how, you know, people get addicted to saying they're busy, and it's part of like letting them know that they're doing something worthy. But even if they're not busy, they just like start feeling like they're busy. I don't know how to explain that. I know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, being busy just to be busy so you can feel like you have something to do. And it's not that you don't actually have something to do. It's just that it's all within you. You don't actually have to be seeking it outside of yourself. And I feel like there may be a group of you that are trying to seek it outside of yourself, trying to make yourself feel like you have all this stuff done or you're closer to your goal, when in reality it might be making you more out of alignment and more strained. And it's like, I mean, with the fire situation, it's like just got out of the fire or got in fire and then coming out of it and trying to put out the areas burning on you. So it's like, it seems like you may have put, you know, it's almost like the phrase, you know, like, you know, don't play with fire. It's like, you may have just played with fire. You may have like took on more than you can handle. And now you're like trying to like get it, you know, to get it off, to, you know, get the fire out. And you're trying to bounce out of it, but the energy you're using to try to bounce out of it is almost like, yeah, it is. It's almost like literally trying to bounce out of it. But the thing is in reality, if you try to bounce out of it, like I said, the air, the wind, all that could make it spread, or could make you, you know, catch other things on fire or whatever. And so that's the thing, is it's like you're trying to get out of this with the exact energy that put you in it in the first place. So I feel like that's like a big part of that. And it's interesting how like this is almost like that picture. So it's like, I feel like saying this is like one and the same again. Like I said, it's all the same picture. You already have it in you. You don't have to be seeking outwards. You don't have to be in this like go, go, go mode. And that is the energy that attracted you putting too much on yourself in the first place. Let's see. Let's check out your past, present, future. And it's near future, but it's just in general. Spirit, God, universe. It's based off of what's going on right now, the energies at play right now, the timelines. You know, time is fluid, things do change, but based off of the way things are in position right now, if you don't change anything, this is how things will be in the future, and then this past, present as well. That just happened. Spirit, God, universe, what message do you have for Aquarius? What's their past, present, future looking like for the month of Aquarius, especially in regards to the vision and readings so far? What is everything looking like for Aquarius? I feel like okay, so 5 of Pentacles past, Temperance, and the Devil. 4 of Swords, 5 of Cups. I don't read reversals. 4 of Cups, And then in the present, or the future, the Sun, the Ten of Swords, interesting, and the Empress. Okay, so the way this is working right now, what's interesting is I feel like this is like window shopping. Like, I know normally Five of Pentacles is a beggar card where either you're in need or, you know, you've come to that point to where, you know, you're struggling, all this. But I feel like this is like window shopping. Like, you're actually in need, or in this time, this energy that was in here was like in need. This could be a partnership you were in. Yeah, you were in need, but when you went by, like, well, it's almost like Tree of Life, or, you know, the tree and you, all that, you went by things that, you know, could sustain you or could help you, or you had, you know, the help around you. You just saw it as window shopping, like, oh, okay, that's there. Yeah, if I want it, I can get it. Yeah. Like this, like nonchalant, like, I almost want to say, like, in some ways you might have been too consumed with the person you're with. I know that's not like their eyes are closed and everything, but I just get this feeling like they're kind of just like having their conversation and not really noticing the stores are passing by. I know it's not a store, but like almost like window shopping. So it's like some of you guys might have been too consumed in the relationship or in the connection with another person that, like, you didn't take it seriously, the help that was there around you. So it could have been, you know, like you actually needed help, or it could have literally been like you were so consumed in this that, like, you kind of didn't see out of it. And some of you guys, there might be a group of you that, like, saw it as like almost like a codependent thing. Like, you already had the help here, so you didn't need to, like, you didn't need to seek or accept any help being given to you because you were just like connecting with this person. I feel like some of you guys, there might be a group of you also that, like, were trying to connect to this person and, like, almost to create a stronger connection than there really was. And in that, you kind of almost got looped in that, almost like the devil energy. You got stuck in that to the point to where you didn't actually see the light outside, or you didn't see, you know, the freedom that you had, the help you had, the blessings that you had. I feel like this is really in line, I think, was it last month or the month before that's reading for you guys. And then from there, it's like some of you guys, I mean, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or, you know, in general, it's like temperance it's an act of balancing things, but also combining things that seem like they may not go together to create a new product. So I feel like for some of you guys, it's like you did this, and then it's almost like you had like a false sense of hope, a false sense of wings, like, oh, that this is who you are. And then you started trying to balance things with this idea of, I got it all, I don't need to accept any help when the universe is giving it to me. And it's like in there, but again, it's, I feel like in doing this, when you did this, when you were trying to balance things out in yourself, almost like in a state of pride, some of you guys, maybe not all of you, some of you were like waiting for approval. Like, it might have been parental, it might have been authorities, you know, maybe job, boss, maybe even like in the relationship you did it. You started trying to balance things and make sense of things and make a new thing because you didn't accept the help here. But out of this sense of, okay, are you going to approve of this now? Are you going to, and some of you, there might be a group of you to where you were doing that and you were doing it to this other figure, to this other person that you've been on this journey with. So it was almost like, okay, is this good enough? Is this good enough? Is that good? And it's like, so you were trying to help, but it was all like, I feel like it was just like waiting on the other person, waiting on outside approval. So it's like you told yourself you have all this strength, you have this, but then you started acting from a place of the good that you're doing is not for yourself, it's for others. Or not for others, but it's for the approval, or it's in order to gain the approval of others. So it's like in a lower vibrational place. It's not being true to yourself in this, and you never accepted this right here that ends up taking away the strings attached here. So it's like you guys had these strings attached. You guys had this codependency energy, whether you're trying to get their approval or someone else's, regardless, you have that energy, and you were not accepting connections, approval, not approval, well, maybe somewhat approval, blessings, whatever, outside, like divinely guided. And then you come here and you're like, I can do this on my own. I can do this. I have my own wings. I'm good. And then you're still acting in this place of, well, okay, do you approve of this? Is this right? Is that right? And so it's like you're shifting the energies. You're saying you're more not higher vibrational, but you've got it. And then you're acting in it from a place of like that you don't have it. It's again, it's like this. It's like the, you know, like thinking you have more space to carry the cards than you do, and taking on more than you can handle, and then doing it all in the same exact energy that you got in that mess in the first place. You know, it's like the fire. The exact energy that got you into the fire is the exact energy you're trying to put it out with, of jumping around. And it's like, no, you're not supposed, and I'm not saying jumping around is the thing that's bad, but what I'm saying is that energy of this go, 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 and not actually, like, again, taking on too much and having that, like, I just feel like saying hasty energy is what got it in the first place. Some of it may be hasty, and some of it may be even like prideful energy. And then, yeah, and then you're in this devil situation of this card. And like, again, some of you guys in the past may have been dealing with Capricorn or Capricorn energy. Oh, wow, that's crazy. See, he's like lighting that. And it's like, this one has a grapes on the end of the tail. But this one, he's like lighting on fire. And it's like, the more you stay in there, just like the vision, the more you stay in there, you were playing with fire, and then you got lit on fire, and you got on fire, and then you're just like, okay, well, let me keep doing, you know, the patterns that it would take for me to get in here in the first place to get out. And it's like, well, that's not going to work, obviously. And it's like, and I feel like saying, like, you know, you want to bring something to this connection, but you're so, some of you guys, this connection, or even this energy of like needing that approval, you've been so in that it's like you haven't been able to be a strong connection with anybody. So it's automatically taken you to this codependent place of like devil energy, of being stuck in this, of feeling like, you know, you're stuck, but the only reason you were stuck is because you insisted that you couldn't do it with the blessings and stuff that were given you, and you had to go into this codependent, okay, I need approval, I need approval, I need instant gratification. Some of you guys, it might have been overindulgence, things like that. And it's like in this energy, because some of you guys, it was like harder to accept that you needed that help. So it was easier just to be like, no, I'm good, I got it. I got all my peeps around me, I'm good. You know? If you guys have Capricorn in your charts, you may want to check out the Capricorn readings if you feel guided to. They've been dealing with, I mean, not necessarily this month, maybe, I don't know. I mean, if you have it in your chart, you feel guided, but in the main placements like Sun, Moon, or Rising, or even like Venus. But the last couple months, like a month ago, were dealing with not ever having trouble seeing themselves outside of their connections, or seeing themselves as needing help because they were so surrounded by help and people and camaraderie. So that might pertain to you as well. I don't know. The present, what you're looking at is you're just like, I'm done. Like, I'm tired. I feel like some of you guys have like been there, done that, I guess. Feel like you've done that, but then it's like you haven't actually done that because you haven't accepted the help. So now you're mentally like taking this break, and you know, the Four of Cords is Four of Cords. Okay, let's look at it. Wait, hold on. Four of Swords is a card about, it's like resting and taking a break in order to replenish, with the intention, you know, of replenishing your energy to continue the fight. There is a parental thing here as well, you know, so a parental or a hierarchy or something like that element right here in this picture. And I feel like some of you guys, it's like when you do rest, you go to this place of like remembering those kind of ties you have and those kind of connections. And so it kind of, basically, you've pulled this, you've had this codependent energy. So even if you get out of this, even if you get out, you still have it within yourself, because you haven't been working through something in order to, like, you know, some of you guys, it may be parental things, issues like that, that, you know, you still kind of hold it. It ends up acting like cords. So it's like Four of Swords is supposed to be you to be able to have those boundaries, mental, verbal boundaries, for you to be able to, like, you know, cut ties if you need to, put your boundaries down, you know, say where you are, you know, speak your truth. But if it ends up just becoming cords, where it's like, okay, this is a tie to this and this is a tie to that, and that's kind of what's happened, is it's like you've had such codependent energy and all this, that even as an Aquarius, your element of air has become cords, because it's all about pleasing and pleasing people and getting approval, instead of being true to yourself and understanding that I kind of want to say, being in connections with people and getting blessings from the universe, or being shown ways of provision or help, or getting help or needing help outside of those connections, is not mutually exclusive. Like, it's not you can only do this or you can only do that. And that's kind of something you've kind of held to, is like that it's always going to be this only I'm getting help from other people, or, you know, in this connection with other people that I don't feel like I ever need any help, or I'm like this beggar that is like, not saying that this is always a beggar, but this beggar that's like, you know, like basically it's a negative thing in your mind, or, you know, or it's like okay, you can only accept help that way. I mean, some of you guys negative, some of you guys maybe not. Only accept help that way, or only, like, it's this mutually exclusive thing in your guys' mind. And that's what's made these swords turn into cords, to where it's like you're tied to this. This means, if you think this is mutually exclusive to this means that every time you're in this connection with people, you are not going to allow yourself to be open to actually get help outside of there. Some of you guys, that might be a situation where it's like you're in a relationship and you're not willing, or you're too afraid to get therapy, or go to therapy, or be told that what you're in is unhealthy. It's like one or the other. It's not this idea that, like, you can actually have both, healthy or unhealthy, you know, but regardless, like, have therapy and still be in a connection. That's not all, like, not everyone, it's a therapy situation, but I mean, especially Pentacles, this is wealth. So some of you guys, it's like even straight up wealth. Like, you have this limiting belief that you either are with somebody struggling together, or you get wealth. It's not oh, I can actually be in a relationship and still be working on my business and working on this at the same time. So, I mean, there's all sorts of different things, but regardless, it's created cords, this codependent energy of I don't need anything, and I'm with my person. And it's either I don't need anything, or I don't believe that I can get it, so therefore I'm not going to be able to get it. So that's not for me, you know? And that's this energy, and that's what's blocked you off and actually literally created the cords. And now then, you know, you're at this Five of Cups situation where it's like you're seeing what's lost, you're seeing everything. And it's like you're looking at that. It's funny because it's literally like these cups are like in the same exact spot as your feet, as the feet here. So I almost feel like it's like you're literally standing on the precipice, on this placement of those cups, of having full cups ready for you, either full or we don't know if they're full. So either full or ready to be filled, but either way, there's opportunity like right there for you. And you're standing in that spot and instead only seeing the ones that have fallen. You know, you've seen this loss. You've seen whether it's codependence or the fact that you don't have this because you didn't accept the help. And that this didn't work out because you were wanting, you know, approval. And then it was just, you're seeing loss after loss and feeling like, you know, now it's in cords, you know, you're tied to this connection. But you're really right on the ability. If you can actually see that it's not mutually exclusive and you can get help, then you'll be able to see that you actually do have cups to ask for help from. But ask for help and to ask to have them filled, or to see that they're already filled. And you didn't know you had that all along. But in this case, I feel like you're supposed to ask, because it's like, based off all the rest of the reading, it's a lot of you guys, maybe there's a group of you that it already has the help, or already has people offering the help, connections, or open, I feel like maybe like there's a therapist you just heard about, or something where you can get help. I feel like saying too, it's like cups is emotional release and intuitive connection. So it's like you literally like have the ability to stand in that placement of feeling what you went through and seeing it for what it is, so that you don't have to be scared of it anymore. So the fear of this doesn't paralyze you anymore, and you can actually like move forward. Then honestly, it's like this, it's like, if you can do that, if you can move forward from that with that energy, you can go to this place of Four of Cups. Like Four of Cups can be a card of apathy, and like, where they don't really notice, like, you don't notice when something good's given or anything, and it's just like, okay, whatever. But it can be a card of like not noticing when you're tempted. So when you're tempted to get back into the situation, you don't jump at it anymore. You start not seeing it for what it is. Well, yeah, kind of. You start seeing it for what it is and see that it's nothing special for you, and it's not for you. And it doesn't matter how glittery, sparkly, whatever it is, it's, yeah, whatever. Like he's like pulled away. It's like, no, I don't want that, And then from there, once you can actually start saying no and turning these cords, I guess, into swords, back into swords, and putting your boundaries down and be like, this is for me, this isn't for me. I don't need to be in this connection anymore. I don't need to be in that vibration anymore. Then you can actually take hold of sun energy, of the success. Part of the sun energy is everything from the past, your past stuff, sometimes like inner child stuff, things like that. Everything like going forward and starting to literally like position itself for this success to fall on it. So it's literally like you position yourself to start receiving this success. And I really saw like this flag is like grabbing hold of it, literally grabbing hold of it. Like I saw it when I put it out. It's like, wow, that's interesting. Like grabbing hold of this flag. And then the Ten of Swords, can be a bad thing, but it's part of it is seeing that a cycle is done. You are free to say, okay, this is actually done. I can actually see this for the death and ending that it was. So now I can quit choosing it. I can see a new beginning, I can grasp hold of this, and from there have the healing in myself and the belief of success in myself and growth, through therapy, through helping, through accepting the help, to be able to look at me at my furthest down, my lowest place, and say that I'm not gonna fall just because I saw the woundedness. It's almost like this, like it was so consumed that it couldn't really see this. This is the opposite energy. This is like having your success and taking it to this place and saying, yeah, that's cool. That's not me anymore. So I'm glad, like now you have that, I don't know how to explain. You've gotten to that place of healing and raising your vibration to the point that when you look at this and you look at this woundedness and what you've been through, it doesn't have power over you anymore. It's just, okay, well, that was the past and I am not tied to that. I don't have to do that anymore. So you can go forward. And then from there, you go to this Empress energy, creating your new beginning and literally creating it to your terms. It's like yeah, it's creating it to your terms where you understand how loved on, how taken care of you are, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Like, you blend into the scenery, but not like in a bad way, but like literally like your life is like was made for you. Like, you're in it. Like, you manifest what's in you outside of you. It's like, and it's just and it gets better and better and better, and it's all with that intention. In the past, like I said, you could have been dealing with a Capricorn or Sagittarius energy, an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. In the present, you could be dealing with air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or water energy, Scorpio, Cancer. Why do I want to say Taurus? I keep wanting to do that. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And then in the future, you could be dealing with a Leo, or like, again, air energy, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. I mean, that's your own energy. I mean, yeah. But yeah, that's super exciting. I can see it come full circle for you guys. And you just need to take on the understanding that these swords, when you're put in this way, were really cords, and start actually turning it back to swords. Put your boundaries down. See that you are allowed to see this as coexisting, not mutually exclusive, whether you get help outside or if you are, in a relationship, in a connection. Yeah. I mean, this is the only pentacles. I'm trying to see, like, as far as what this pertains to. Cups, two cups, two swords. Yeah. So this is mostly like emotional and putting your boundaries down. So emotional, verbal, mental, intuitive, and putting your boundaries down. Like, this is about you gaining a new perspective and understanding that you're free to be free, and you don't have to stay in that. As far as the theme of this is the Seven of Wands. Yes, defending your territory, defending, and not like in this, but like defending from a new place, getting that fire off of you, but not by jumping and like increasing it, but literally understanding that you're worth the work and the research it might take to find out, and the help it might take for you to accept, to find out a better way of doing things, a better way of putting that fire out. Creative energy too, passionate energy, putting yourself out there. Yeah, it's crazy. I hope that's resonating for you guys so far. That's like really, oh wow, that just hit me really hard. Heart chakra. Oh my gosh. Okay. So then the current block you guys have been dealing with, Aquarius. What is your current block? Spirit Guide Universe. What is the block that Aquarius has been dealing with for the month of August? What do they need to see as their block? What is the current block for Aquarius? King of Cups. Ew, wow. Okay, that's like crazy feeling. Knight of Coins. And Judgment. So right off the bat, I see it as like, because King of Cups is generally having control, self-control in emotional things, if there's like crazy stuff going on around you, emotional highs and lows, chaos, maybe even like psychic and intuitive stuff, just like crazy stuff going around you, and just having that self-control to be the calm in it, or to choose the calm in it. However, for your guys' reading, as far as this being the block, I feel like this is like your obsession with being able to roll with the punches. So again, I don't need anybody else's help. I can go through this. I'm good. All that. Like I'll be solid even in all this craziness. But the thing is you can be solid in all the craziness, but that doesn't mean that, again, it's not mutually exclusive from getting help, from receiving help. Sometimes you can actually be more strong and, you know, more wise if you're actually receiving help, if you're willing to accept help and know that when you need help. So it's this, like, I feel like this, oh yeah, it's crazy. This energy of, I don't need nobody. Emotionally, especially, I don't need nobody. But some of you guys, it may not just be emotional, but, and then from there, it goes to this, like, I feel like proving, I mean, Knight of Coins is generally movement, and it's movement in, like, I mean, it's finances, material, it doesn't have to be, but it's like movement in a very dot my T's, cross my I, or dot my I's, cross my T's. But I don't see it so much about that, like, making sure everything's perfect, as much as I do about, like, ooh, wow, I just saw something else in this. About almost like showing it, like, is this good now? See what I can do. Like, almost like that Temperance card was. Oh, cool, it's right on the top. Of like, okay, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. And it's not so much like, it might not all be, not for all of you, of like trying to get full approval. It might literally be trying to prove yourself for some of you. So it's like you go from this place of, I don't need nobody. And then like, look what I've got. I can move. I can do this. But then like, what I see in the background, I see somebody like, this is just what I'm seeing in the smoke. So it's not like fully clear, but I just feel this. Somebody cowered over crying right here. And then I see somebody riding on the back of his horse right here. And like, I don't know, like whipping or something like that person. And like, as he's going. So it's like, you might think you got it, but because you haven't accepted the help and you're in this heart of, well, I'm going to prove myself and not really actually going to a place of having gotten the help you need to go forward or to heal in yourself, you're literally like carrying on this like darker energy or this other energy that like lashes out on people and causes like all this like pain behind you, and you don't even notice it because in front of you, you're just like, yeah, this is all clear. And then all this destruction happens behind you because you weren't willing to get this help that you need, or accept the help that you need. That looks like Ben Affleck, sorry. I mean, not exactly, but with the, yeah. Yeah, and then, you know, as far as the current block, it's like, and then you go from there, and it's like, I feel like the Judgment card is about looking to the past and forgiving yourself and others so that you can be cut ties with those patterns of the past repeating, so you can make way for a new beginning, a new path that has nothing to do with what the past was. But it's funny because it's like all eyes are on him. It's almost like this energy. All eyes are on him. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. It's like normally the Judgment card is about, you know, the angels or whatever, sounding the chariots or sounding the trumpet or whatever. And then like all on the bottom, like people are like coming out of graves, or, you know what I mean? Basically, it's like it's calling people to repent and to move forward into this new life, right? But instead, what I'm seeing is the angel is sounding the trumpet. Yeah, okay, the angel is sounding the trumpet and it's facing here. So it's like it's trying to get the attention of this state of you, right? And because this state is too busy questioning what everybody thinks. And this one is still moving, so it's like trying to stop the movement. But this one's questioning like what everybody thinks. Or not questioning, but like, you know, trying to get approval, or feels like all eyes are on them. So it's like they're so distracted that there's no way to even get their attention, because it's all about everybody else in that. I don't know how to describe that. It's like about, again, like I said, the codependent connections, all those connections, to the point to where that was making it to where you weren't able to hear what Spirit was telling you as far as the freedom that you have access to, as long as you accept the help that's given and you hear the calling. So that's what the block has been, is literally like being so tied up in people around you, in trying to please people, trying to get approval, that you haven't accepted the help to be able to get rid of that negative energy behind you and flow in a place of yourself, free from that fire and free from all the other stuff, free from the cords. Oh wait, really quick. As far as what's the theme of this current block? Four of Coins. Yeah, because you're holding on to it too much. You've been holding on to this. You've been holding on to this idea. Yeah, it's like that one's like trying to talk to this one, and it's like, this is like, you're like, go, go, go. Let's just go. Let's go. You've been trying to like hold on to this, hold on to your power, hold on to the semblance of I got it all together so much that you've literally been blocking any light that's trying to come in. And you've blended into your surroundings in the negative. You've become just as destructive as the destruction around you that you were trying to avoid. And you know, it's just you didn't see it because it was behind you. It's after you passed through. So yeah, so I hope that resonates for you guys. Aquarius, let me know in the comments what did and what didn't. Also, if it did, I do suggest you check out the Patreon extended version. I'm gonna be doing them for around basically $5 gains you access to all my extended readings. So it's in tiers, and then so if you want to check that out, the link is in the description below. And I'm trying to think, like I said, I'll put the decks in the description below. And yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, let me know what's resonating for you, how you like this change I'm doing as far as the cards. Honestly, this is way more than I need to be doing, so I'm gonna change it up, but I'll always be trying to give you guys the most value and everything as you can get, even through YouTube. But also, if you don't already subscribe, I suggest you do. That way you don't miss out on any of my content. And thank you guys for everyone that has been subscribing, liking, commenting, leaving feedback. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate that. It grows my channel. Oh, and if you do feel compelled to share this reading or my channel in general, please feel free to. I mean, that grows my channel, and it increases, you know, the people that are able to receive the messages they need to hear. So I really appreciate that. And if you guys aren't getting or when you do subscribe, make sure you turn on notifications. That way you guys don't miss out on notifications. I've been having some people complain about not seeing the notifications when I put out videos. So yeah. Okay, but I will see you guys next time. Thanks.